If you're over 60, feeling drained, and your performance isn't what it used to be, stop right now, because 3 simple foods, ones you might already have at home, could be the key to restoring your energy, circulation, and confidence. Without a single pill, most men have no idea, but when used together, these natural ingredients activate your body in a powerful, real way. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment with your name and where you're watching from. That way, I can bring you even more helpful content straight to the point. Let's get started. Have you ever wondered why some men seem to age like fine wine, while others fade out slowly, year after year? It's not just luck, and it's not about expensive treatments or secret pills. The real difference lies in how your body responds to aging, especially after 60. Most men don't realize that circulation, hormone levels, and even mental clarity start to shift drastically, quietly, as the years go by. But here's the good news. Once you understand what's happening under the surface, you can take back control. The truth is, your body isn't broken. It's just waiting for the right support. As testosterone naturally dips and blood vessels lose flexibility, even small changes in diet and daily habits can have a massive impact. And while most people rush toward shortcuts, the most effective solutions are often simple, natural, and already within reach. This isn't about reversing time, it's about working with your biology, not against it. And that's exactly what we're about to do, because the very first food we're about to explore may seem ordinary, but its effect on your circulation, energy, and performance is anything but. It's backed by science, loved by doctors, and praised by men who've seen results in just weeks. It's time to talk about the king of blood flow, the one that could reopen your body's hidden power. Ready to find out what it is? Let's dive in. He walked into my office looking defeated. "Doctor," he said, "it's like my body isn't listening to me anymore. I want to be close to my wife, but it just doesn't work like it used to." His name was Tom. He was 68. Sharp-minded, good-hearted, but silently struggling with something most men never talk about, not desire, but circulation, because when blood flow weakens, everything else starts to crumble. Energy, mental clarity, firmness, confidence. And here's what most men don't know. It doesn't take a miracle to turn that around. Sometimes, it just takes a walnut. Yes, walnuts, they may look humble, but they're one of the most powerful foods you can eat for supporting blood flow. Why? Because they're packed with L-arginine, an amino acid that helps your body produce nitric oxide, a natural compound that relaxes your blood vessels and allows blood to flow freely. When you're younger, your body makes plenty of nitric oxide. But after 60, those levels drop sharply. That's when circulation slows, and symptoms start creeping in. Walnuts help bring that process back to life. Naturally, they also deliver omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and support heart health, 2 essentials for performance and stamina. I've had patients tell me that after just a handful of walnuts before bed, they began waking up more energized, alert, and even with firmer morning erections. It's not magic. It's biology, working as it should, once you give it the right fuel. And the best part? No prescriptions. No pills. Just real, whole food your body recognizes and knows exactly how to use. So if you felt sluggish, if things haven't been as firm or responsive, this tiny change could start shifting everything. But walnuts are just the beginning, because the next food on the list doesn't just support blood flow, it supercharges performance in a way that's been proven in clinical studies. You won't want to miss this. A few years ago, I met Ricardo. He was 72, generally healthy, but there was a frustration behind his eyes he couldn't hide. "It's like I'm there mentally," he told me, "but physically, my body just doesn't show up." He had tried pills, the kind you're thinking of, but they left him feeling dizzy, flushed, and honestly embarrassed. What he really wanted was a natural solution, something that worked with his body, not against it. That's when I introduced him to pistachios. Most people see them as just a snack, but what they don't know is that pistachios are one of the few foods clinically proven to improve erectile function, naturally. In a remarkable study out of Turkey, men who added pistachios to their diet for just 3 weeks saw significant improvements in erection firmness, duration, and overall sexual satisfaction. No tricks. No drugs. Just food, real food, doing what your body needs. Like walnuts, pistachios are rich in arginine, boosting nitric oxide for better blood flow. But what sets them apart is their unique blend of antioxidants, plant sterols, and healthy fats. Nutrients that support vascular health, reduce inflammation, and even lower bad cholesterol. All of that leads to one thing: better performance. With more confidence and less frustration, Ricardo began eating a small handful of pistachios after lunch every day, and in just 2 weeks, he noticed the difference: stronger morning erections, a return of spontaneous desire, and most important, that feeling that his body was finally responding again. "It's like something clicked," he told me, "like my system turned back on." If you felt disconnected from your physical Self, if the anxiety of not knowing how your body will respond is creeping in, pistachios might be the quiet solution you've been overlooking. They're affordable, easy to find, and far more powerful than most men realize. But what if I told you there's still one more food, one that doesn't just help with blood flow or performance, but actually restores your hormonal foundation from the inside out? This next one could be the biggest game changer of them all. Gary was 66. Sharp mind, active life. Still deeply in love with his wife, but something didn't feel right. I don't feel like myself anymore, he told me. My energy's gone. I'm not as interested in sex. It's like my body is slowing down, and I'm fighting it. He was doing everything right, walking daily, eating clean, but still felt off. That's when I asked him a simple question: have you checked your selenium levels? Like most men, he looked at me confused, because selenium is one of the most overlooked minerals in men's health, and yet, it plays a critical role in testosterone production, sperm health, and even prostate protection. And here's the best source of selenium nature has to offer: Brazil nuts. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day can give your body the selenium it needs to reboot its hormonal engine. Your body doesn't produce selenium, it only comes from what you eat, and as you age, your need for it quietly increases. Gary started eating just 1 Brazil nut every morning. That's it. After a week, he felt lighter. After a month, his mood improved, brain fog lifted, and his libido? It came back, naturally, not forced, not artificial, just his body responding, like it had been waiting for permission to feel like a man again. Brazil nuts are simple. No handfuls required. In fact, too much can be harmful, so 1 is enough, like a small insurance policy for your hormones. If you felt like your spark is fading, if your energy dips for no clear reason, or if your drive just isn't there anymore, this might be the reset button your body's been waiting for. But here's where it gets interesting, because walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts each work well on their own, but together, they create something far more powerful than the sum of their parts. Let me show you why. Here's something I've learned after decades of working with men over 60: the body doesn't heal in isolation, it thrives in synergy. That's exactly what happens when you bring walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts together into one daily routine. Each one supports a different part of your vitality, but when combined, they create a compounding effect your body can actually feel. Take Dan, for example. He was 71 and frustrated. He had tried walnuts, then stopped. Tried pistachios, then forgot. Tried Brazil nuts, but only sometimes. Doctor, he said, I've tried all of this. Nothing's working. So I gave him one small challenge: commit to all 3, every single day, for 21 days, just 3 weeks. That's all it took. When Dan came back, he was glowing. I don't know what's happening, he said, but I have more energy in the mornings. I feel lighter. And my wife noticed I'm more present. That word stuck with me, present, because that's what this synergy brings: not just stronger circulation, not just better performance, but a renewed sense of aliveness. Of being fully here, in your body. Once again, walnuts open up your blood flow, pistachios build on that, enhancing strength and duration, and Brazil nuts rebuild your hormonal foundation from the inside out. It's a full circle approach that addresses the 3 biggest struggles men face after 60: circulation, performance, drive, and here's the best part: it only takes 5 minutes a day. No drastic changes, no complicated routines, just one simple habit that can turn everything around. But even the most powerful plan can fall apart with one silent mistake. It's the one thing I see most men do that completely blocks their progress, and they don't even realize it. Let's talk about it. One of the hardest parts of my job isn't diagnosing physical problems. It's helping men see that they've quietly given up, not all at once, but slowly, over time. It usually starts small: a shrug of the shoulders, a little less energy, a few awkward moments in the bedroom, and instead of asking why or looking for solutions, most men simply ignore it, thinking, this is just part of getting older. That mindset, that silent resignation, is the biggest mistake I see. It's not your body failing you. It's you stopping to fight back, ignoring the signs, assuming nothing will change. That's what steals your vitality, not age itself. I remember talking to Bill. He was 69, retired, still full of humor, but there was a heaviness in his voice when he said, I just thought this was my new normal. That broke my heart, because Bill didn't need a miracle. He didn't need to turn back the clock 30 years. He just needed to stop giving up. So I encouraged him to do one simple thing: start with the nuts. Start moving. Start believing progress is possible. And within weeks, the man who thought he was fading began to feel like himself again: more alert, more alive, more connected to his body. The mistake isn't aging, the mistake is assuming aging means surrender. If you stay curious, take action, and give your body what it needs, you can keep living strong, no matter your age. Now, let's look at how to turn all this knowledge into a daily habit you can stick with. I've seen so many men overwhelmed by all the health advice out there, supplements piled up on kitchen counters, Half-read books, conflicting tips from friends, doctors, and the internet, but lasting change doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing the right things consistently. That's why I designed this routine to be simple, sustainable, and deeply effective. No gym memberships. No complicated meal plans. No dozen pills, just a few intentional choices every day that work together to rebuild what aging tries to wear down. Here's what I recommend. Morning. 1 Brazil nut, small, easy to remember, and delivers a powerful dose of selenium to support testosterone and prostate health. Many patients keep a small jar in their bathroom, right after brushing their teeth. No excuses. No forgetting. Midday. A handful of unsalted pistachios, perfect for that afternoon energy dip. They help stabilize blood sugar, boost circulation, and fuel the strength and endurance of your erections. Plus, they're a great snack anytime. Evening. A small handful of walnuts about an hour before bed. This supports blood flow repair overnight, reduces inflammation, and preps your body for restful recovery. Think of it as fuel for your body while you sleep. That's it. Point 3 Simple steps repeated daily, and yet, I've seen these small changes transform lives. Men who thought their best days were behind them, suddenly feeling energized, confident, and intimate again. It's not about perfection. It's about honoring your body with the right fuel at the right time. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with something even more important, because behind every physical transformation is a mental one. Stay with me. If you've made it this far, I want to take a moment to speak to you, not as a doctor behind a desk, but as someone who has listened to hundreds of men like you, men who felt their strength fading, their energy draining, and their confidence quietly slipping away. Men who have loved deeply, worked hard, provided for others, and suddenly found themselves asking, what about me? Where did I go? That question is more common than you think, and it's not a sign of weakness to ask it. It's a sign you still care. That you still want to feel alive, desired, and strong. You've just learned about 3 simple but powerful foods: walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts. Walnuts to open your blood flow and keep your circulation strong, pistachios to bring back power to your performance and support natural, lasting erections, Brazil nuts to quietly restore your hormonal balance and protect your prostate. Each alone can make a difference, but together, they work in harmony, supporting your heart, hormones, and manhood. This is not an exaggeration. It's biology. It's how the body works when we stop fighting it and start feeding it the way nature intended. The key now is consistency. Point 1 Brazil nut in the morning. A handful of pistachios at noon. A few walnuts before bed. These aren't just snacks. They're a statement. A declaration that you're not done yet, that you still have more to give, and that you deserve to feel strong in your body, because true transformation isn't just about how you feel physically. It's about how you carry yourself again, more upright, more engaged, more connected to the people you love. I've seen this happen too many times to doubt it. I've seen the spark return, the shoulders lift, the smile come back, the relationships deepen, not from some magic cure, but because a man chose to believe his life hadn't ended just because a calendar said he was over 60. So if today's message stirred something inside you, if even a small part of it spoke to that quiet part of you that's been silent too long, I invite you to start. Start today. Small, consistent steps. Feed your body, claim your strength, remind yourself, and the world, that your best years aren't behind you. They're just beginning. You still have time, you still have power, you still have a man worth fighting for. If this video helped you in any way, gave you hope, clarity, or just a reminder that your health still matters, I'd truly appreciate if you'd like this video. It helps the platform know this content is valuable and gets it to more men over 60 who deserve this guidance. If you know someone who could benefit, maybe a friend, brother, or father, don't keep it to yourself, share it. You never know who you might impact just by passing it on, and I'd love to hear from you too. Leave a comment below, tell me what stood out, what you plan to try, or just say, I'm starting today, so I know you're taking that important first step. Your stories and comments keep this mission alive. Thank you for watching, and for taking control of your health. Your action today matters.